Alright, so exiting this view. Okay, so the situation is that we did a full run of this booze and energy and drink gathering community goal, and one full run managed to put us into the top 50%. Um, but I'd like to try to do it one more time. The problem is that if you see on the right, that bar is creeping up, and once it hits tier 8, that means the goal is finished. And so I get no credit at all if I can't deliver in that amount of time. So, we're going to try to do one more full run so that I'll have done 2 full runs. I probably won't be able to get a whole 101 tons this time because the stuff is getting scarce. But hopefully I could get, 80, 90 tons and ensure that I keep in the top 50%. Maybe even get up to the top 25. You see that I'm already guaranteed 13 million credits, which is quite a bit better than it was just when I left off last time. It was only 9 million credits. So that's how the tiers make a real difference. And the you see here that the official time left on this is still almost 5 days, but once it hits tier 8, it finishes regardless of how much time is left. And this was done so quickly that I'd be surprised if Frontier developments didn't create a second community goal just so that people aren't locked out, but work towards one won't count towards the other. So we need to see if we can make this run as quickly as possible. So, this isn't going to be a speed run exactly, I don't do those, but I'm going to go as quickly as I can. So, I'm at La Place Ring in Kongga, which is where the Kongga Ale is. I made that trip off stream, and before I went to bed last night, and I bought 4 units which are already in my cargo hold, as you see. But now overnight they've replenished, so I'll be able to carry 8 units. And the next, the route is, and I forget I should really remember the order of my route. Next I'm going to Bast. I'm glad I took notes here. Next I'm going to Bast for their famous snake gin, which is going to be about 100 light years away. And I'll just set up that route right now. The station in Bast is called Hart Station. There we go. 100 light years away. And currently, so I don't know what's going on with that. What is that? Billions, 34 trillion or quadrillion? Is that quadrillions? Let's see. 100,000, millions, billions, trillion, yeah, 34 quadrillion light years. That's a glitch. I don't know. I've restarted the game. It didn't seem to make a difference. So, but it's not hurting anything as far as the gameplay. So, just a cosmetic glitch there. And so, I want to fill up on fuel. I do have a fuel scoop, unlike last week, but I want to avoid having to refuel. And because I just put on that fuel, I probably can't make it in 4 jumps because the fuel has mass. So I'm going to go back into the galaxy map and let it recalculate the route. and still made it. So I don't know if any of the legs changed there, but seems like the mass of the fuel wasn't as big of a deal. So off we go. I'm not going to worry about any other trades along the way because I just want to get this done. I don't think we'll be able to do the whole route in just somebody in chat is saying 4. That's it. So human beings actually do exist. Other human players. Anyway, I don't think I'll be able to make the entire route in the 40-45 minutes or so remaining before I need to switch to another stream, just to be on the safe side, but especially not if I keep talking to you rather than actually doing the goal. But I bet we'll be able to get a good way there. And I'm going to keep checking that transactions tab, and if it looks like I might be able to, or I might need to make a beeline for the delivery point before I've made the entire loop, then I'll do that. Because anything I don't turn in doesn't give me any credit at all. Sorry about that visual artifact. Whenever I get a PlayStation notification, that happens.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
So make our first of 3 jumps to Bast. This is probably the same route we took last time, so I probably won't be able to pick up scanner data along the way, but I'm running a little bit different cargo, so yep, look at that. So I guess I am, it is worthwhile to scan along the way.
Frameshift drive charging.
Off to, that's annoying. I would like to know how far away it is. It's not 35 quadrillion light years, I'll tell you that. Am I gonna overheat? I think I'm probably okay. And here we go, arriving in the destination system, Bast. You'll notice that the game plays different music when you arrive in your destination system, but I'm heading towards Hart Station, and I think I explained this before. I like to come in heading towards the station when I'm going quickly. That is, I'll explain what I'm doing other times and later. I like to head for the station so that it looks like this. It's basically horizontal to me, or the axis is perpendicular to me. And then I tilt down to get it above me into when it gets to zenith. I then turn towards it, which lets me address it head on like that, which is what I want, so that I can quickly dock. As soon as I come out of Super Cruise. I may have decelerated my throttle a little early on that. Now, one thing you can do when you're up against the clock, especially with the deadline, is when you get below 5 megameters, you can punch up the throttle as long as you're quick on the jump button. You will have changed your acceleration rate so that you will fly past the station, unlike if you just leave yourself at 75% throttle. But as long as you're quick on the button, you can get there a little faster if you do that.
Request before touching down, Commander.
Oop, I'm
Approved for access.
going way too fast.
Pad 07.
Way too fast, and my flight controls are screwed up. Oh no! What is going on here? I was on standard flight controls, but I was not getting any yaw at all. I don't like to get stuck in the cow catcher. This is not something that I have done since I was a very new player, but as I said...
Be wary, Commander. We've got reports of heavy traffic in this sector.
As I said, narrating seems to turn me into a noob all over again.
Landing gear deployed.
Okay. So here we're buying gin.
Landing operation complete. You may
As I recall, last time there were
station facilities
quite
are
a
at your
few
disposal, Commander.
units available. So we'll see what's changed now that we're this late in the game. In the goal, I should say. Well, 15 units, that's still not nothing. There we go. And checking my cargo hold. Okay. Let's take another look at that tab. And not too much movement, and I think we'll be able to make a full route before it hits tier 8. If I were really speed running, I could probably do 2 at least. But I need to plot a route. Well, let's go ahead and fill up the tank first. And we're now going to Sharon Lee Free Market, which is in Orrere, I think? Yes, Orrere. And that's 157 light years, so probably 5 jumps. 6 jumps. And that's it.
Detach confirmed. You may leave when ready.
Landing gear retracted.
Ooh, lots of traffic here. None of it human. In the map, human players are denoted by outline rather than a solid box. The difference between a box and a pentagon, I guess, is that pentagon means that weapons are deployed. So hopefully you don't see that too much near a station, but you see this person on the left who's toggling their weapons on and off.
Scan detected. Frameshift drive charging.
And off we go. I don't remember the name of this I don't remember the name of Nanomom, so I bet we can scan it and get some cartographic data that way. I'm waiting until I get below 50% heat. I did, and then I jump. Wolf 437 is another actual star you could go look up if you so cared. And the glitch again. 0 light years and now 41 quadrillion. Managed to get some good data here.
Frameshift drive charging.
And how the heck do you pronounce that? Agellips? Agellips? Agellips would be the Latin, I don't know. Many of the name systems have procedurally generated names, so they can end up being weird sometimes. I mean, they do a better job than some games I've seen of naming things by algorithm, but and here we head to another catalog numbered star system. It's a red dwarf. Which a red dwarf is actually main sequence, so you can skip them, even though when you see them, depending on their temperature, sometimes you think you won't be able to scoop. Let's see. Oh, this one isn't as red as some of them, so not as surprising that you can skip it, but sometimes you'll see a red dwarf that's very, very red, and so you think you won't be able to scoop, but you can. Here we go. F-class star, white. Two more jumps. So the orbit line's telling me I'm not going to discover anything, because when you scan a system, one of the things you get is orbit parameters. So, but sometimes somebody's come through a system before and done a preliminary scan with a less I have the most expensive scanner, the advanced discovery scanner. The intermediate scanner can only scan a certain distance that you're pointing in. So sometimes I find data that the prior people in the system did not, even if there is some data already found. Okay, so 1,000 light seconds is, I would say, medium distance for illy dangerous. It's long enough that you actually, if you had a pirate tailing you, you would be, you know, pretty much guaranteed of it having a chance to catch up with you on the other side, but it's not such a long distance where you start to feel like you're really just cooling your heels for a long time. So again, I look at the ETA and I'm waiting for it to get to 7 seconds. When it hits 7 seconds, I immediately throttle back to 75%. Like that. And the reason for that is that a 75% throttle at 7 seconds of ETA is puts you on an asymptotic deceleration, which basically means that it's kind of like the, what is it, Zeno's paradox. You'll never get there, but you're always making progress towards it. Since the final step of an approach like this is dropping out of Super Cruise, you just make the asymptote hit below basically that safe dropout point, and that way you're guaranteed of be able to make it without overflying, which is the real danger. And as I said before, I'm watching my ETA. When I get down to 5 megameters, I can punch it, but I then have to have my finger on the button ready to jump as soon as it lets me, because otherwise the station would quickly whip past. As soon as I come out, I zoom towards what I think of as the elbow in the trajectory, where I would start to head for the docking slot.
Tango Romeo Echo.
And
Port operates under federal jurisdiction. You
make
must
a docking
receive a
request
before landing. Okay, Commander. You are go for approach to pad 03.
I am forgetting to slow down. If I hit something, I'm not going to be happy. Speeding is when you're going over 100 meters per second, and the reason you don't want to speed is because where's 3? There it is. The reason you don't want to speed is that if you hit another ship and destroy it, if you were speeding when that happened, then you are on the hit hook. And you don't want to be that person who suddenly owes another player for a big fancy ship.
Fly smart, fly safe. Reduce your speed inside the docking bay.
You may notice that I have different kind of styles of heading into different pads, and it basically, I don't even know why. It depends on my approach, where it is. Sometimes I'll, you know, kind of hover above and go right down like that, and other times I'll kind of glide in.
Contact, securing ship. Good to have you, Commander.
I couldn't even tell you why I choose one over the other. Just kind of an in-the-moment sort of thing. I'm going to go ahead and refuel to start with, just so that I don't forget that step. And we buy the energy drink here for 18 tons are available. There we go. And our next hop is going to be to Lave station. And that's the shortest hop of this route, if I'm not mistaken. Might be the one after that that's the shortest hop. Nope, this is... I'm pretty sure this is the shortest hop. Let's see. Oh yeah, I can see it right there. Lave. Lave station, 9 light years. No problem. I probably should have waited to refuel. Not that it really matters, but it would have, if I did care, it would have saved me a bit of fuel to wait. And I will head back to the surface, check my cargo, check my route. Might as well go ahead and sell that cartographic data. You could wait until the end, but if the worst happens and the ship were destroyed, you lose all your cartographic data. So this way I kind of bank that 121,000 credits, which is nice.
Incoming message.
And that message probably is telling me that I just leveled up on exploring. Indeed. Look at that. This will have to be the thumbnail for this video, obviously, right? And also got an invitation from an engineer, which maybe that'll be something we'll live stream later on. Since this is a new account on the PS4, not related to my PC account, I'm starting over, and so engineers are the ones that basically let you do kind of upgrades to your ship that you can't get through the normal markets. And Felicity Farseer, she specializes in frameshift drives, so she sends you an invitation once you've traveled a certain distance, and so apparently I've now done that travel. I think, or it might be cartographic data.
Frameshift drive charging.
If we have time, I'll show you that engineer in a little bit. We've got about 20 minutes before I need to restart the stream, so I might actually make the whole route. Although we still have the longest jump of the route ahead of us.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
You notice I just honked. That is, I ran my scanner. The station, this system, Lave, is as one of the spawning points for new users. It's obviously been fully explored, but I'm just I just get in the habit of always scanning, or I try to, so that way you don't forget. Sorry, just got another little PlayStation announcement, which seems to cause that little visual artifact you just saw. Here I am looking for the letter slots, the docking port. There it is on the left hand side, which means I want to address the station from this direction and swing in. There we go. And now that I've got the station, the letterbox fully in my sight, I'll be able to boost to it easily when I get to drop out, which I will do right now. This happened the last time I was in Lave's. Oh, okay, here we go.
Take Tango Romeo Echo. Please comply with STARCOM protocols when attempting to dock at this facility.
So when I arrived in Bast station last night, which was not on the stream, there were no other players or no other contacts. There was no NPCs, no AIs. Just me, all alone in that big station. I thought that was what was going on here again, but nope. There are actual NPCs now.
Approach vector is good, Commander.
I
Maintain
can see
heading.
15 there through the slot. It's on my right. So just gonna head towards that. I found that 15, landing pad 15 specifically, it's very easy to loiter over 14 while you're trying to make your approach. So, just want to be careful of
500
that.
meters from touchdown.
Landing gear deployed.
You have to be under 40 meters per second to make a successful touchdown, but it can be hard to
Ship is
make
down.
an approach
Cyberspace
inside of a
engaged. Welcome to this Alliance facility.
rotating station at that speed. Okay. Let's buy ourselves some brandy. 6 units. Much fewer low units of everything than last time. Obviously because this has been going on for a while. Looks like not too much progress has been made towards tier 8. And I'm still in the top 50%, so that's good. And I've refueled, so I'm going to return to the surface and set my plot to our next leg, which is the one that I can't pronounce. I can say the name of the station pretty easily. Tartar Dock, but it is in Wuthielo Ku. I think I pronounced it right. Which you see is 246 light years, which is the farthest point on this run. And the dotted line indicates that I will not make it the entire way. I won't make it even to the hop before that, or the one before that. So I will only make it as far as Wanjin on 1 tank of fuel. But if I do some fuel scooping along the way, shouldn't be an issue. And it's you see, it's a full 10 jumps. Okay, so inventory, we've got all 4 of our beverages, and I've got fuel, so I will now launch, assuming that I'm just checking to see how much time we have left. We have about 15 minutes until I will need to start a new stream. Just
Landing coupler deactivated. You may leave when ready.
I may be being superstitious on it, but I definitely had trouble with my first couple streams getting cut off at the 1 hour mark, and I read on Reddit other people saying that the same thing had happened to them, so just better safe than sorry, because if it happens I get no feedback at all. I would just keep going along, because I think the streaming works, it's just the archive. Whoa, be careful, guy.
Collision warning. Pay attention, Commander.
I think I had right of way, but... Oh, I've got my landing gear down. No wonder I'm so unmaneuverable.
You are all clear. Starcom wishes you a good journey.
Frameshift drive charging.
What just happened is a reason that I run shields always, even on milk runs. You never want to just a single little scrape to cause bad damage or even, you know, explode your ship. Alright. I'm going to scoop a little bit. Okay, and now let my fuel go below 50% and then initiate jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
Heat management is something that traders don't usually have to worry about too much, except when they're fuel scooping. Then they do.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
So I think you're seeing my strategy here. I'm just scooping as much as I can while I make the wheel around the star to get pointed to the next star in my route. Hopefully that alone will be enough to get me there without requiring a refuel, or rather a stop while I wait around a star to scoop fuel for the next run, or the next. Now here it's not going to work because that's not a main sequence star.
Frameshift drive charging.
One thing I didn't do at Lave station, which I should have, was to be sure that there was a main sequence star either at the point where I would stop having fuel for the rest of the route, or you know, the stars before and after it, just so that I would know when my last chance to scoop would be. But I was in a hurry and I didn't do that. Hopefully that won't bite me.
Fuel scooping.
I'm actually gonna, since this is a good star to scoop from, I just thought I'd do a little orbit.
Frameshift drive charging.
Again, Once I get below 50% heat, that's when I feel okay with spooling up the jump drive. Okay. How many? 5 jumps left? So I think we're doing okay with the fuel.
Fuel suit disengaged.
I love how smoke starts rising from your panel way before you take damage. That seems
Frameshift
like
drive charging.
poor engineering to me if you asked me, but I guess it's a visual aid to let you know it's hot in here. So what would I do if I got to that star and I didn't have the ability to scoop from it because it was a main sequence and I didn't have the fuel to get to the next hop? This is not main sequence, so I can't scoop it. Well, what I would do in that case is I would jump to the nearest main sequence star I could find and scoop from that one, or
Frameshift
lacking
drive
that, jump
charging.
to a inhabited system if I can do that. When you're in the civilized bubble, that's almost always possible to do one of those two things. I mentioned this on the last stream, but it would be really nice if there were some indicator about whether I'm gonna make it the rest of my route with the fuel I have, but I have to go into the galaxy map for that. I am getting low enough on fuel where I am going to actually make a full circuit here. I can manage it without overheating.
Fuel suit disengaged.
Well, not quite a full orbit, but
Frameshift drive charging.
as long as I'm above half a tank, I feel pretty confident. How many hops now? 3. So this, the star after next would be the one where we would have run out. Or I guess the next star, the jump from the next star would be the one where we would have run out.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Landuma. Leaving us 2 jumps. Final destination, and we have enough fuel to get there, so No need to even
Fuel scoop disengaged.
scoop fuel.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm gonna get a heat warning, but I'm not actually gonna take damage. No, I guess not. If you jump between like 55 and 60% heat, you can get warnings, but as long as you're not jumping into a system with a very hot star, you'll be okay. All right. Her dock is very close, so I need to be ready to throttle down. Waiting for Tartar Dock to reach. There we go. Now I can address it head on. You see the comms have something from a cruise ship. When you see that or wedding barges, that's just kind of flavor. There will be a ship around that's a cruise ship or a wedding ship, but you don't, you can't interact with them really. I mean, you can jump in and destroy them if you wanted to just get a bounty for no reason, and there's YouTube videos of people doing just that, ruining weddings, but it's certainly not a part of the game that gets anything for you except trouble. Just creating mayhem. And Tartar Dock. Boom.
Lincoln Tango Romeo Echo. Please comply with all Imperial dictates while docking at this facility. Your docking request has been approved. Please proceed to Bay 11.
So I just put some pips into systems and weapons because I was so close to the station that I would have had to slow down a lot in order to have the maneuverability that I wanted. By being in the blue region of the throttle.
2,000 meters from touchdown.
With the normal default power 2 engines. So I just reduced power so there's just one pip now. And there's 11 very close right below me. And
Once your vessel has
Landing gear
been authorized
deployed.
to enter, we appreciate your promptness in alighting at the correct docking point.
oop. Oh, I hate that. Skidding is... Oh, skidding twice.
Remind pilots that stationary vessels
Am I not?
are permitted
Oh, that's
to
it.
this
I
facility's
was
area
not.
and sunk them for their
I was
compliance.
pointed nose down. You have a lot of discretion with yaw in terms of
Lockdown procedure
your
initiated.
nose pointing left or
The
right,
Imperial Flight Operations
but
Bureau welcomes you to this
you
facility,
need to be pretty
Commander.
level in order to dock. Okay, so refuel and we'll buy their malt beverage. And We can get 26 units of that. Okay, done. So that's all the cargo we can get this run, and you see only 73 units. Last time we were able to fill the hold with a full 104, so not as profitable this time around. I can see that that bar has noticeably ticked towards tier 8 at this point. So I'm not even sure I would be able to make another round. So at this point, the stream is... Let me check exactly how you can see, but I can't without going on YouTube. The stream has been live for... That can't be right. The YouTube dashboard says that it's been live for 5 minutes, which I hope is wrong. Let's see. Right. So, yeah, it's 59 minutes, so it's pretty much perfect for us to restart the stream. So that, let me go ahead and set my next next point, final point in the route. If we get cut off while I do that, that's not a big deal. And it's almost 200 light years away, and that looks good to me. So 8 jumps, and we will do that on a stream which I will start in just right after this one. So just watch my channel. See you in a moment.